Welcome back, viewers at home. I'm having yet another beautiful conversation with our lovely Pandora, who's going to be sharing in, everything and anything that you'd like to know about her journey, about her as an individual. And without further ado, I think it's fair enough for us to just get started on our conversation. Now, Pandora, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us right here on INX Time. Good to have you back.
Thank you for the invite. It's good to be back again.
and again, and
and
again.
again and again and again.
Now, Pandora, I want to ask you, for viewers who are probably seeing you for the first time, just give us an insight on who is Pandora and what is it that you do on a daily?
All right, Pandora is an advocate for change. I am the board president for Big Business Africa. I am a mother. I am a youth and women empowerment advocacy. That's what I stand for. Every day it's about what impact am I making into the world to ensure that there is a difference within the space of women empowerment and youth empowerment.
Now, through the years, through the months, since our last conversation, are there any key milestones that you'd like to share with us or initiatives that you're currently, busy with that we'd like to share with our viewers at home?
We've got the upcoming conference for Big Business Africa. It's happening in South Africa, Johannesburg, on the 16th and the 17th of October. So that is the big initiative that I am currently working on. So we've got the conference where we've got global leaders coming to the country to be speakers. We are all about investment, innovation, and how do we collaborate as businesses in Africa to come in unity as one. So that is hosted in South Africa. We are bringing it here. So that is the exciting thing that I'm working on right now.
You are such a busy lady. I mean, last time we spoke, we were speaking about, the event that you went to in Angola, where it was a woman in business, and you came back and you were like, it was so amazing. I met authentic individual. They all, shared stories that were quite, authentic and original. Nothing seemed, orchestrated, or nothing seemed to, sort of glorify things that were not there. And I think that's something that we all would like to take away from events, where you feel like you connected with people on a depth level, on an understanding level. I want to know from you, now you're coming back from an event that was hosted by the Confederation of Economic Associations of Mozambique, which was actually established in 1996. What a wow. How was it?
The 19th annual conference of the private sector that was hosted by CTA and the government of Mozambique. Africa came together. That's all that I can say. There is a lot that we're doing, and I really want to thank the president, Mr. Vuma, who invited me, and of course the beautiful vice president, who is a woman, Mrs. Sao Abdullah, who opened up for us as the panel for the women empowerment. I saw a movement where we are coming and we are unpacking uncomfortable conversations where how do we come up with a solution for businesses as private sector and government coming together as a collective. And my topic was on women empowerment, and we sit in a panel where we were powerful leaders, and what I liked were on women empowerment, and we had a gentleman that was there as well coming to tackle that topic. So for me, I saw a game changing on another level within Africa. I saw us taking the initiative. I saw us working as a collective, as leaders, to say, we are here to say, how do we help businesses and evolve as Africa? It was mind-blowing. It was informative. It came up with solutions. We were there and we shared insights. And that I walked away to say, there's so much hope in Africa.
Now, I think one thing I want to understand, you went to Angola, you got the invite, you went there, and now you got your second invite, you went to Mozambique this time. Were you anticipating an invite by the Mozambican government to come in and be a guest speaker as well after going to Angola? Or it's something that was superly, like it took you by shock?
For me, Mozambique, I was at the conference last year, but I was a participant last year. I was not a guest. So for me to get the invite to be one of the speakers in a panel of a conference of that caliber, where the president of the country opened up for us, for me, it was humbling. It really showed that the work that I am putting in, it is putting me in the forefront to say, She is a powerful woman that is advocating for change and women empowerment, and she has a voice, and she will add value and strong insight in what we are doing as CTA and the government of Mozambique. And that, for me, it was such a humbling honor. That means keep doing what you are doing, because your voice matters, and what you are doing is making an impact that the other countries, they are willing to open their doors for you and say, come and share your insight. What have you got to say in this topic that will make a change to the entire audience that was there?
Now, seeing that you went to this beautiful event and you networked with beautiful individuals from different walks of life, I'm sure you had a sense of expectations of what you were expecting and who you were expecting to see and interact with. Would you say that those expectations were met, or you felt like, you know what, they were superseded?
They were met beyond measure. They were beyond what I expected. Where you find leaders taking you by a hand and introducing you to what you are looking for, and us just moving and networking amongst each other. The table was open for all of us. I saw leaders that are leading by example, like a Dr. Salimo Abdullah. I saw leaders that are really, really leading by example. And for me, I got more than what I bargained for when I went to Mozambique. It was an honor. We got more than what we thought we would get out of it.
Now, seeing that you're also a board president for Big Business Africa, I would like to understand, like, what are some of the initiatives that you guys leveraged for, because I think mostly it was a thing of we're all collaborating, we're all trying to find a solution as women as well. I mean, seeing you were invited by the vice president as well, who was also a woman. I want to know, what were some of the projects that Big Business Africa leveraged to, make people know that this is what we're willing to bring in to the Mozambican market?
So for this particular event, I was there to speak on women empowerment. And when we were speaking on women empowerment, we were coming with the solutions that what do we think should be happening? And we as Big Business Africa, what we stand for when it comes to us as a brand is, let's be inclusive and equality. And that is what I was speaking of. And I was saying, we as Big Business Africa, we are saying, can we be equal as women amongst ourselves first before we expect men to be equal to us? Can we be equal in the boardroom? So we are all about inclusive. If you look at our board consists of Mozambique. It consists of Angola. It consists of Zimbabwe. It consists of South Africa. But when you look across all of us, there are more women than men on our board, because we are saying we are all about equality. We are all about being inclusive. And can we allow the women to lead from the front?
What can we expect from you in terms of the networking that you build and the relationships that you build in Mozambique, considering your role, considering what you stand for, and considering what you hope for?
From the networks that I made in Mozambique, I can tell you that I got back in South Africa only on Saturday night, and I rested on Sunday. And I can tell you now for free, from the networks that I've made, there was so much activity that was happening this week. We don't just talk the talk, but we walk the talk. That is what I can take out of that, is that whoever I contacted, that I met, and those that met me and took my contacts, people who could not find me were looking for me on Instagram. And they said, look, I met you. Can we do this? So the train is moving. We are working. And for me, that is what I can take out of that conference, that it aligns that we are able to work as a collective in what we are doing for Big Business Africa, with a conference that's coming up in October, which is the big investment conference that we are doing in Johannesburg. And the people that I met in Mozambique, people are interested. They want to know, what is this conference all about? What are you doing? How do we get involved? How do we partner? How do we buy tickets? And these are contacts that I just made last week.
Wow.
It shows the hunger of us being a solution to Africa. And we are collaborating, because Big Business Africa, we are all about innovation, inclusiveness, and collaboration in order for us to be a success within our businesses in Africa.
Now, before we get to the event that's taking place in October, I wanna, speaking about being solution-driven, is how do you see, the women and the youth evolving within the business landscape, especially here in this continent of Africa?
There's only one way for us to do that. It's for us to work together. Women, I was talking about, there's a woman, we'll make an example with government, and this I spoke about at the CTA conference, that here is a woman in agriculture, she's got a contract from government to supply, but this woman doesn't have the money. Here is a Pandora, I'm making an example again, who is sitting in corporate, where we've got CSIs, we've got the money to support this woman in order for her to move. That is the woman empowerment that we are talking about. How do we become a solution to each other, where you've got the contract, we've got the money, let's empower you with the money, run and be able to create jobs. That is how we will grow this economy. That is how we will do the youth empowerment and help everyone come as a collective for us to work together. Youth, they are getting contracts, but people don't have the funds. Where are the funds? How do we come and become a solution? Because the biggest pain of small businesses in Africa is funding. We don't have any other pain. So how do we become a solution to that? Youth empowerment and women empowerment, all it requires is funding. And let us work with what we have, wherever you are, to ensure that those contracts, they have to move. They have to generate an income, but it starts with you investing in them.
Now, another question I want to ask, because I think you guys being the solution of, you understand that a lot of people who want to start businesses or are in business are struggling with funding. When you guys help them secure the funding, does it come with also, advising them and guiding them through the process? Because we know that a lot of people might secure that big funding, but now the problem now comes with understanding finance and respecting the money and using it in ways that will actually build and exactly.
Yes.
So how do you guys do that? If
We've
so,
got
how?
a service. If you go to our website, you will see we've got mentorship and coaching and training. And we train businesses how to utilize funds, because if you've never had money and money comes to you as a source of funding, are you in a space of understanding what is that fund for the business? So you can misuse it because you lack knowledge of understanding how to, and structures and accountability, and understanding that you need to have an accountant that is doing your books. So we as Big Business Africa, that is one of our services that we offer small businesses, that let us help you in order for us to be able to help you to build your business. You cannot build a business without being accountable, because you've got people, you've got accounting, there's so much that goes into business. So you find the problems that business face because they lack knowledge. They didn't know, what do we do when the money comes? Yes, I've got the contract, but I'll misuse the money because I'm not used to money. So financial literacy is very, very crucial at this point. Let's educate our people on what is, when you get a capital for your business, what does it mean? When you get a grant for your business, what does that mean? And what are you expected to do with that? How do you see that you've got profits? How do you see that you're making losses? And that is what our mentorship and training and coaching that we do as Big Business Africa teaches entrepreneurs in
also
Africa.
this idea of paying yourself first before anything.
You don't get paid at some point. Sometimes you don't even get paid. The most important thing is your human capital. But as we are very new in business and owning our businesses and running them the way that we are running, we still lack knowledge. We still need to be educated. So those that have made it, we need to come up with businesses that are able to add value to business people that lack knowledge on what do I do. Because it's exciting to be an entrepreneur, but it's not easy to be an entrepreneur.
Now, unfortunately, we've run out of time, but I'm just going to give you a split second to just talk to us about the event that you're talking about in terms of the theme, the date. Already you took out the month, October. I'm not sure if the date is already secured, as well as how do people, buy tickets to be part of the event.
It is the investment conference. This is where we will be doing what we were talking about right now. We will have, we're having CEOs around Africa that are coming. We've got powerful speakers
Okay.
from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Angola, South Africa, and Zambia.
Ooh.
Yes, we just secured Zambia. And we've got Zambia. And we'll have powerful women and powerful men that will come and share their journeys, their insights, and we'll have people that will be teaching us on investment. It is an investment conference. So in order for you to be able to buy the tickets and see on what package can you buy, because packages, there are different packages. So you just go to our website at Big Business Africa, www.bigbusiness.africa. That is our website. All the information that you need for the conference is there. It is the 16th and the 17th of October, 2024 in Johannesburg.
Pandora, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I mean, just knowing your background, knowing the beautiful work that you're doing, it's always an inspiration so that for individuals who feel like, you know what, they're always defined by their circumstances. They're always defined by where they come from. When they see you, they can see that no ways, it's me stopping myself. It's me, limiting myself from such beautiful growth and endeavors and opportunities that lie ahead. Thank you so much for coming in this evening and, reminding us of that and just sharing your beautiful, achievements and journeys that you are on.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Viewers at home, that was Pandora Mabai sharing in her beautiful journey that she recently took to Mozambique. And initially there was one where she went to Angola, and now there's an event, all in hopes of, equipping individuals, understanding. And I think now with the whole idea of investment, this is where you get to understand how do you invest, get the financial literacy that you need. And as she said earlier on, go to the website, get all the details, and do not miss out on this opportunity. But that's where we close it for now. Let's head over to an ad break. See you when we come back.